part 3. Part 3 gave me the blues because I ran into some mathematical complications because I tried to change up the pattern to make a bigger tail, and I think I got it third time's a charm. Good thing I had started this guy originally on the live, and I'm just gonna pick up from there. So with that being said, part 3, I think I got it down to where it's easy to understand. But long story short, we're gonna go ahead and start part 3. Are you ready? Grab your part 2 stitches, your stuffing, and your feet, and your hook, and we'll get to going. I'll see you in a bit. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and start part 3. You should have left off at row 6 of the pattern on row part 2, and that should have left you with a count of 40. Okay, so for row 7, let's go ahead and start on the next stitch, 12 single crochets. The next stitch, we're going to decrease. So that makes a total of 13. We're going to do that one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Decreased. And you should have 12 stitches remaining. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and the last stitch here is 12. Okay, row 8, you're just gonna single crochet, and at the end of the row you should have 38 stitches. Alright, 38. Row 9, you're going to decrease and single crochet in the next 4. So decrease first, and then 4 single crochets. Repeat that one more time. Decrease, 4 single crochets, Okay, now you're going to a sequence of a decrease, so just one decrease, single crochet 10, 1, decrease one more time, now we're back to the sequence here, which is 4 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to decrease, repeat that, 1, 2, 3, 4, and decrease the last 2 stitches. There you have it. Okay, so for row 10, you're just gonna decrease it from 32 to 24, and in order to do that, you just single crochet in the first 2 and decrease in the next 2 and repeat that 8 times. Made it to the last 4 stitches, single crochet, and then decrease. So at the end of this row, you should have 24 stitches. So that was row 10. Okay, so for row 11 is where I change it from the pattern originally. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna single crochet in the first 2 stitches like normal, and then in the next 3 stitches you're only going to use the front loops. So what you're going to do is 2 half double crochets in the front loop of that first stitch, technically 3rd stitch. You're going to double crochet, do a picot, which is chain 2, and then slip stitch back into the top of the double, and then double crochet in that same stitch. And then on the next stitch, do 2 half double crochets in the front loop only. Okay, it's pretty straightforward, and that's basically going to give you a little triangle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. Okay, so that is row 11 changed. So now what you're going to do for row 12 is you're going to single crochet in those first 2 single crochets, and then what you're going to do is flip the tail over, and then in those next 3 stitches of the back loop you're only going to single crochet in those. So just count 1, 2, 3, and then flip it back over so you can see where the stitches are coming out. So this was a half double, half double. This is the stitch that you're going to go into. And single crochet all the way around. And it should be 19. At the end of row 12, you should still have 24 stitches. Okay? And at this point, you're just going to stop right where you are and stuff it. I kind of just put my finger in that loop so that I don't lose it. Or you can put a stitch marker, whichever is easier for you. Stuff it as well as you can. Just make sure you get all the crevices of the head. And stuff the body. I like to just spread out the stuffing to make it a little pudgy. How cute is he? There's the tail. I can definitely put more in there. Just another handful. Okay. So get all the pieces in there. Okay. Now he's stuck. We're gonna finish up the penguin. Just decrease 12 times and it should bring you to 12 stitches. 1, and remember you're not going into the tail, just flip it over. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and the last one here is 12. And if you feel like you need a little bit more to stuff, you can definitely do so. I'm gonna go ahead and move that. Just gonna put it just a little bit more. Okay, and then another row of decrease, and then you should be done. Well, with the body. And decrease one more time, and that'll bring to 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the last one here is 6. Fasten off and leave a pretty fairly long tail, just so you can do surgery if needed. Like, and that could probably stitched up. Just look for any holes that you may have. This is a hole that you can definitely close up. And then just take the front loops of the stitches. There you have it. Cinch it close. And there's a knot there. These holes here, I wouldn't worry too much about it, only because you're gonna sew the feet on. But like, see, when you pull it off, you can see the holes. If you feel comfortable with closing it up, you definitely can. But it's not really necessary. I just wanted to kind of fish some of this yarn back through as needed. Let's go back up to that neck. Kind of close it up. I'm going to tack that piece down. There was a join that wasn't done very well. Sorry, the landscaper's out there doing his yard work. If you hear that, so sorry. Okay, so now with this tail, if the arms are kind of flapping out, you can go ahead and tack that down too. Which I think I'm gonna do on this, sorry. That way he's not flapping too much. Now we'll cut this off. Give him a little massage. There you have it. There is the body part. I kind of like to flatten this bottom out, but you don't have to. Give him some shape. So now the last thing you're going to do is take the feet, and remember I did this one up this way. Basically, you can hot glue this if you want, or you can sew it. So you just kind of face it down. Thread my needle here. Okay, so the pointy part of the feet is going to go towards the tail. I'm just going to stick it in there. And then go back in through the foot. Just tack it down at the best that you can. if you want, you can go around the edges too. You guys will probably do a better job at this than me. Sewing is not one of my favorite parts of amigurumi. Okay, so that looks like it's tacked on pretty well. I'm gonna leave it there. Do the other one. Just put it right next to it. I'm gonna go out from this side, go into the other foot. Just watch your fingers. And then tie these two together. And then just fish it back through the body. And snip it in the back somewhere. And get it to come out of that hole even better. Tie it again one more time. Snip it. And then just pop it through. See, it disappeared. There you have it. It's so cute. Adorable. So you have completed part 3. It's a brother and sister set. Thank you for watching. I want to see your happy feet. If you made one, make sure you post it, and you can go ahead and post it on the community if you so inclined. Thank you again for watching. I hope this was easy for you to do. If not, try again. Okay friends, thank you again for being patient with me while I get my life together and work on this pattern. I know you guys might be a little confused because all the parts are in different series. So part 1 was the beak, the feet, and the wings in the original color that I ended with. And then part 2 was basically the head and the body that I started with a different color. And then part 3, I went back to the original one that I initially started. But for the most part, hopefully you understood it. It wasn't too hard or too complicated. I probably made it harder than it needed to be, but I hope you make one, and if you do, post it on the community page of my channel. I'd love to see it, and thank you again. As always, love yourself so you can love everyone else, and don't ever take yourself for granted. You, my friend, are worth it. You are enough. Bye.